Hi there everyone, this is Chaz, and this is a video journal for Saturday, January the 19th, 2013. It's been a little less than a month since my last video journal. Last video journal was right before Christmas, so um, wanted to let you all know some things that have been happening. Um, my last video journal, I mentioned that my spring or my fall classes had ended, and that I would be getting grades soon, and I've gotten my grades for my first semester of seminary, and I'm pleased to report that apparently I know what the hell I'm doing because I got two A minuses. I got an A minus in history. No, sorry, no. I got an A minus in Intro to Pastoral Care, and I got an A minus in Introduction to the Hebrew Bible, and then I got an A in History of Christian Thought. So two A minuses and one A. That's a 3.8 grade point average. That's enough to keep my scholarship going. So I'm happy about that. Very happy that I got pretty much straight A's. Um, Although actually I was expecting the A in History of Christian Thought. I was expecting the A minus in Hebrew Bible because those two were kind of expected. But the A minus in um, the A minus that I got in pastoral care was not really expected because, but it wasn't unexpected either. We didn't get a whole lot of feedback in that class, so I can say that I went into the final with an A, but I really don't know. But I still got an A minus, so I'm happy about that. I took my J-term class this week, so for 5 days for 8 hours a day, well, technically six because we had a 2 hour lunch break. But for 30 hours, I spent in class studying UCC history and polity. The teacher of that class was the Reverend John Thomas, who was the general minister and president of the United Church of Christ. And so it was really interesting learning UCC history and polity from someone who was the head of the denomination, um, the political head anyway of the denomination. Um, so I have a 15-page syllabus to write for that class. It's my graded project. So I've got to have that in by the end of the month, and then that will be my fourth class done, which hopefully I'll get an A in that too. So that's what's going on school-wise. That and the spring semester is going to be starting here in a few weeks. So. On other notes, the holidays came and went, Christmas and New Year's. It was very bittersweet going through both of those because it was my first Christmas, it was my first New Year's since the end of the relationship, and it was rough. It was, David and I had certain traditions when it came to Christmas, when it came to New Year's. Um, and those traditions had to be sacrificed. Like we would go to midnight mass in Springfield at the cathedral, and we didn't. I didn't go to that. I didn't feel like going to church. Um, so I just stayed home Christmas Eve. Went out and got some food, and then came back to my parents' house. Uh, and then the other traditions of usually involving gifts, we would almost always have something for almost everyone to open or everyone to get on Christmas. Um, and that was mainly because David could afford that. I always made sure that the presents that I gave, David's presents, my present to my mom, my presents for David's family, um, no, I wouldn't say always, but 99% of the time, I made sure that those gifts were paid for by me with money I had. Now, I could have gotten something small for everyone one, but I'm trying to watch money, uh, and watch it, not just go bye bye. So I didn't have anything for anyone to open, no presents for anyone. Um, but I still got some nice things. I got a really nice sweater from my father. Got some money. Got some Amazon gift cards. But that was about it. Not that what I got is what's important about Christmas. New Year's was a little bit more of a challenge. I was invited and went to a party up in Rogers Park, which is about as far north as I am far south. So I had a long way to travel within the city of Chicago to get to this party. And I almost didn't go because um, because it would have been very difficult for me to get home after a New Year's Eve party. Moving to Hyde Park, the neighborhood I live in, was a good move for my schooling because I'm only 3 blocks away from school, but it has put a huge crimp in any kind of socialization uh, because of the transportation system in Hyde Park. Uh, there are no train lines in Hyde Park. There are no L lines in Hyde Park, which you would think with a major university like the University of Chicago, there'd be an L line, an L stop in Hyde Park, and there isn't. There are some in some of the neighboring communities, but nothing in Hyde Park. And when I say the neighboring communities, that means pretty much the ghetto. I don't know if I've ever talked about Hyde Park. I might do that in another video, but let's just say that getting up north into other parts of the city can be a bit of a challenge. It's not impossible. It's not openly, blatantly dangerous, but it can be a challenge. And getting home can be an even more of a challenge. So I fortunately had a friend who let me crash at his place, and so after the party, I went to his house, and that's where I slept for the night, and so I was able to go for New Year's. But um, I got very sad at around midnight on New Year's because I remember last New Year's Eve, and I remember being at Touche with David and with Brian, the guy who he left me for, and I wish I had. Looking back, I kind of knew that that might be our last New Year's, but I hoped that it wasn't. Um, but it was. So I have two more major things that I have to get through. Um, both of them within the next couple of weeks, and then it's pretty much done that first year. I have my birthday. My birthday is a week from today. I will be turning 38, and it will be my first birthday since the breakup. And I don't know if I'm going to be hearing anything from David or not. Uh, I'm not expecting to. Um, and I'm conflicted as to whether or not I should hope to or not hope to. Um, anyway, another thing that happened on New Year's Day is I lost my cell phone. David went and I guess got a new cell phone plan and dropped my number from it. So the first thing New Year's Day morning, I had cell phone service, and about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock that morning, I suddenly lost all cell phone service. So I've got a new cell phone number because my mother and Roger were very kind to put me on their family plan. Um, so I had to get a new cell phone number because I couldn't be on their cell phone number or their cell phone plan with the old number I had. So, when I put down the list of everything that I've lost with the breakup, I have to lose the cell phone number that I had for 8 years. Um, but let's see what else is going on. The apartment I'm living in is fine, except for right now we have no heat, which no heat in January in Chicago is not good. So if you see that little glowing light uh, by my shoulder, right there, right there, See that glowing light? Yeah, that's a space heater that my landlord just purchased and brought me because the furnace is not going to be able to be fixed until Monday. So I get to deal with um, space heaters and lots of extra blankets and layers of clothing to keep warm. Um, the other thing that I have to get through, so I have to get through my birthday. I have to get through, hopefully I will have some friends that want to get together and do something. Uh, otherwise I'll just spend my birthday alone. Be turning 38. Um, and the other thing that I have to get through, which will happen 6 days after my birthday, is David and mine's anniversary. February 1st would have been 10 years. And if it was 7 or 8 years, yeah, regardless, I'd be sad. But 10 years is kind of a milestone. 10 years is kind of a milestone, and this would have been a big anniversary for us. But it's not going to happen. It just isn't, unfortunately. So I don't think I probably definitely won't hear from him on our anniversary. I don't know if I'll hear from him on my birthday or not. I don't even know if he's keeping track of me anymore, because God knows I'm not keeping track of him. Well, that's not entirely true. Um, I'm not deliberately keeping track of him. I'm not deliberately, knowing, because I really don't want to come across as a stalker. But the only thing that I'm doing with regards to David is every now and then when I get to feeling kind of down, um, I would go and look at some of the old pictures that David has on his Flickr account. Pictures of past Christmases, of Halloween, of family reunions and stuff like that. And that was all fine and dandy, except that today I was feeling a little down, feeling a little lonely, so I went to go look at the pictures, and David had posted pictures from this Christmas. Uh, and so it was kind of a reminder that, oh yeah, he had his own Christmas, and it was a lot happier probably than mine was. Um, but I don't know. It's just, as much as I love school, as much as I love living here in Chicago, I've got to be honest, there's a part of me that wants to take off and go somewhere and not tell anyone that I'm going, just, or just not tell anyone when I'm going to go or where I'm going to go, just sell everything and just take my laptop and get the hell out of Dodge and go somewhere where nobody knows me and where there are no expectations and you know, where I don't have to worry about running into my ex if I go to a bar in Hendersonville, or I don't have to worry about, but I'm a little bit too old to run away and join the circus. So that's about it. Um, Not a real exciting time going on. Um, so, um, hope everyone's doing well. For those of you who watch these videos, remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or criticisms or anything else that you feel you want to add, leave a comment here, or you can comment on Facebook or on Google+. Um, so that's about all that's going on. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye.